Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us for our episode of Unscripted Sports Podcast on this Tuesday night. And we're brought to you by BS3 Radio with Spreaker and Northeast Streaming Sports. We're here on Facebook every Tuesday, Thursday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, and Saturday at noon Eastern Time. You can also find us on YouTube. Look us up under Unscripted with any of these guys' names: Big Shaw, Logan Landers, Jay McLovin. You can find our podcast, plus the other things these guys are up to. And our newest addition is you can also find us on iHeartRadio. So look for us there. We've got some special guests tonight from Stay Tuned Podcast. We've got Joshua Bailey and we got Rashad Stribling. Would do y'all like to tell us a little bit about what y'all are doing?
Yeah, we got a podcast. We started it up less than I think probably 8 months ago. Probably not even that. So just a few of the just a few people just to talk some sports, non-sports topics, just somewhere we can have fun and stuff like that. Like I said, it started in August. So Rashad's part of that. He got his own podcast. He could talk about that.
Okay, Rashad, what's going on with your podcast? I think we got froze up a little bit.
Well, it's not a live show without something happening. Am I right, guys?
I know.
We'll get back to him eventually.
We'll get back to him in just a minute. So our regular analysts tonight are Big Shaw.
What's up?
Big Shaw.
Logan Landers.
What up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight?
Jay McLovin.
Hey, what's up, A-Shine? I'm so thankful to be able to have our guests on today. Joshua, we've been talking for a hot minute, and he always likes the stuff. So, it's good to have him on, and I'm ready to get talking some sports.
All right, I'm your moderator tonight, Melanie, and let's get started with our first topic. So, Chris Doyle resigns from the Jaguars. Josh, you want to start us out on that one?
Well, I just found out about it when y'all made it a topic, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. I'm just saying. I just read about it this morning when I saw the topics. When I looked more into the topic, so I mean, it's new to me. So you guys can go ahead and speak on it.
All right, Logan, you want to pick that one up?
Yeah. I'll start things off with this one. So Chris Doyle, he got signed less than a week ago with the Jaguars, and boy, did he ever face some criticism. Let me just say. I believe he was the strength and conditioning coach for the Iowa Hawkeyes for a good minute. Then he got kicked out for, I think it was supposed unfair treatment to certain players. I think there was potentially some racial remarks in there. He didn't leave on good terms, we'll just say that. So when he was hired from the to be on the Jaguars staff, social media, all the media members who got a hold of this, they weren't happy. They were not very pleased with this hiring. And, it didn't take long. I think he was there for maybe a day, maybe two at most, before Mr. Doyle eventually resigned after facing off that backlash. And Urban Meyer, he got a lot of flack for that too. Let's not forget. He is the head coach. He was able to pick his coaches, and he picked Doyle to come on his staff. So people are already saying that, that Urban Meyer's off to a bad start in Jacksonville. And this has certainly left a kind of a sour taste in certain people's mouths with this, supposed hire that he was going to go with, for the season. But now that he's resigned, we'll have to see if he ends up anywhere notable, of course, or if he goes to a smaller program where he's not going to get heard of for much often. But this move was, obviously it was a disaster. It didn't work. The guy he was there for less than a week. So overall, just not a good move for Urban Meyer and for the Jaguars going into their 2021 season, which had a lot of hope. So far they're stumbling out the box. That's all I got to say about this one.
All right, Jay, what do you think?
Here's my problem. Here's my problem, right? We've been talking about Black Lives Matters and that basketball is trying to do their process to make the equality of things better. We have the Art Rooney rule trying to get more minorities hired in, but that's not necessarily going like it's supposed to be going because people aren't doing their due diligence in the hiring process, right? And then you got and then we got the kneeling of back in the day. They were kneeling with the anthem, and they made a big stink about it. So then they said, okay, now you can kneel, things like this. And now we got a hiring, and Urban Meyer, come on, man, this your pro debut, brother. This your pro debut with Jacksonville Jaguars. You're supposed to be turning around the culture. Shaw said they're going to screw up the draft process. Hell, they may have screwed up the coaching process. Chris Doyle, Director of Sports Performance, hired through the vetting process of Urban Meyer. Well, how well did he get vetted? Because I could Google right now Chris Doyle and find out all kinds of things about him, and I ain't vetted shit. But I know he did racial remarks against black folk. I know he mistreated black folk. I know that he put them on a different play field than what he put the white folk on. And I just learned this off of the internet. So how well did Urban Meyer really vet this guy? And then you want to bring him in. Then it takes another outside organization to come in and say something to make it right. I'm sorry, Chris Doyle, you might have been something in Iowa, but you ain't shit. And the fact that it took somebody else to tell Urban Meyer, hey, guy, you might want to rethink this candidate because he does not exemplify what we're trying to produce going forward in the future to make equality something that it should be, and it never was in the past. Urban Meyer, get your shit straight. I'm glad you fired up. I'm glad you reset, but this should have never happened.
All right, Big Shaw, what do you think?
Man, everybody knew what he was doing. Everybody know about that, man, what he did in Iowa. I think it was stupid. But like I said, the man knew what he was doing over there in Iowa. So why you hiring, in the first place? So that make Meyer look bad, as a leader and as a head coach. So we all know what's going to happen now. Things going to start looking bad, and Urban Meyer going to have a migraine. He's going to start having health issues again, and then he's going to leave because he knew what he did was wrong. And when I heard about, Chris Doyle was getting hired, I was against it myself. But whoever told Urban Meyer it was a bad hire, I'm glad he listened to him. But obviously he didn't at first because he did what he wanted to do. But Jacksonville, I will say this, we're going to talk about it later on. They're not getting Trevor Lawrence now because he's going to be out for a while. So now I want to see what they're going to do with the number one draft pick now. So that'll be later.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel the same way. It really is kind of curious to see where they go with this first-round draft pick, and we'll talk about that later on. But I'm just saying, from my perspective, Urban Meyer definitely got off to the wrong foot. He definitely set the wrong tone with the players that are currently on the Jacksonville Jaguars, or even really any other free agency that's out there. If this guy messed up the first hiring pick, I mean, it just sets a bad tone.
Yeah, from what I read, it said it wasn't all race related, but it definitely was race related. So,
hey, but even if on Urban Meyer's perspective it wasn't race related, even from a business standpoint, from a logical standpoint, from a common sense standpoint, this hire was just completely bad, all the way around. And I'm not even luscious. I'm not even at that level like these guys are at. But I could have made a damn better decision than that.
You ain't never lied.
This guy had some baggage. They knew what they were going to get when they hired him. So, obviously they didn't care that much.
They didn't care. They knew what they
didn't care.
All right. It seemed like everybody else do background checks except for them. Yeah. If they did, they just didn't care.
This is Urban Meyer's first time on the hot seat. Urban Meyer's been on the hot seat for a lot of other things. I mean, the guy just cannot, for some reason, he cannot get out of the hot seat. He puts himself in the hot seat. He makes bad decisions all the way from college and now into the pros. I mean, come on, guy.
Yes, I'm not a big college college sports guy, so that's why I really didn't know about Urban Meyer's past history. So I guess, man, it's all bad for him right now.
Well, apparently the Jacksonville Jaguars didn't know much about Urban Meyer. I don't think Urban Meyer knows much about Urban Meyer because the boy just keeps making the same mistakes.
Yeah, I definitely got to start watching some more college.
Yeah, we got a comment here from our guys at Northeast Streaming Sports saying that Urban Meyer is no longer the king of the kingdom like he was at OSU. It's the pros now. That's right. Back at Ohio State, he was top dog. No one can touch him. Now you in the pros. Now you start at the bottom.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Miss Mel, let's move on to our next topic.
Next topic. Trevor Lawrence undergoes shoulder surgery. Shaw, what do you think about that one?
It ain't good. It ain't good. I don't think it's good. Now, with Trevor Lawrence having that surgery, you know, I think he's gonna be out with 5 to 6, I believe. Now the question is, will he still be the first round draft pick and go to Jacksonville? Now, my answer is absolutely not. Why would you draft Trevor Lawrence if he ain't even gonna be there to start yet? If I was Jacksonville, I'm a Bama man. If I was Jacksonville, I know it's not gonna happen. I will get Devontae Smith, but I know it's not going to happen. So this is what Jacksonville should do. So they're going to screw everything up. That's what they should do. They should try to go get Deshaun Watson. That's what, if I was them, I'd try to go get him. But Houston ain't going to let that man go for nothing. So what's going to happen now? So I try to, do something to make Jacksonville relevant again. But Jacksonville could do this too. They could blow the whole thing up and just mess everything up. Like Urban Meyer did. He started it first. So Jacksonville, if y'all want to do good, before I shut up, if y'all want to do good, just go get Justin Fields and leave it alone. You get Justin Fields, I might be on the Jacksonville Jaguars bandwagon. If y'all get Justin Fields, I like Justin Fields. I'm a big fan of Justin Fields. As you know, I'm a Bama fan. You can always go get Devontae Smith. Go get my boy from Alabama. But Jacksonville, y'all still suck no matter what. So, I love Trevor Lawrence. I love him. But my boy, he ain't getting drafted first. If he does get drafted first, I'm not watching the NFL ever again. That's all I got to say.
Hey, Big Sean, I know last time I saw the show, you was a Saints fan. Is you still a Saints fan?
Yes, I'm a Saints fan.
That never changed.
But we don't want Trevor Lawrence.
You don't want him.
But I do got something good to say about Green Bay, though. You a Green Bay fan?
Yes, sir.
I hope y'all get J.J. Watt.
I hope you do too, man.
I hope he go to Green Bay.
Big Sean would be a hell of a quarterback at Alabama.
I know. Thank you. I know.
Thank you, Northeast. Thank y'all.
I already know.
The field general.
I'm behind.
All right, Josh, you want to pick this one up for us?
Yeah, I'm with Shaw. I don't think he's going to probably be the first round pick, but knowing the Jags, they probably still just force his hand and just still pick it. But he probably going to still be the first or second quarterback drafted. But it's still bad that he has to have surgery now. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not a college dude. Did they know he had to have surgery before, or this is just coming out now?
Oh yeah,
they knew.
They knew that.
So I think he's still going to probably be the top 2 quarterbacks pick in the draft. So, but the Jaguars, I wouldn't pick them. I pick Fields.
I wouldn't pick them either.
You never know with him since the Urban Meyer fiasco just went down. So I don't know.
All right, Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, first of all, the injury is not really that big of a deal for him because the injury is on his labrum on his non-throwing shoulder. So it has nothing to do with his mechanics in terms of throwing that football. It has nothing to do with his mechanics of moving around the pocket. So it's not going to deal anything with him at all. Number 2, he will be available at training camp. He will be available at the start of the season because that's why he had the surgery done now. That's why he had his early pro day now so that he would be available for training camp. So this is very well thought out. This is very well done. Trevor Lawrence is a very, very intelligent young man, and he is very mentally tough, and he's very strong in the mind and in the body, and he knows exactly what he's doing. So, if you looked at his early pro day, they were all out there with Dabo Swinney, and they were all out there looking at Trevor Lawrence, and he targeted his passes in the red zone beautifully. He put the ball at the right spots to where only the receiver could grab it and the defender could not, and the guy was doing well. Look, this guy is 6'5". He's got a 78-inch wingspan. He's got 10-inch hands. You don't want this guy as your quarterback? This guy prototypically has played well. He's got a great IQ. He's got all the genetics you want. He throws the ball to places where only the receiver can get and not the defender. Why would you not want him? Now, yes, Justin Fields, I'm not going to say that Justin Fields would be a bad selection at that point because Justin Fields has great mobility, and he also can locate the ball as well. We saw when they played Alabama and so forth. But I'll be honest with you, they're not going to draft wrong. They're not going to draft wrong.
Yeah, they are. They're going to draft wrong. They're going to show you they're going to draft wrong.
They drafted Blaine Gabbert.
But I understand where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. But at the same time, I like Trevor Lawrence personally. I like what he's done at the college level. I like the fact that he's ready for their next level of the NFL. I like the fact that he knows there's going to be certain challenges. I like the fact that he knows he's going to have to work his butt off, and he said he's going to work his butt off mentally and in the game room watching film. And I think this guy is pro ready. And I think he's going to a great team in the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hold on. I really do. I think because Jacksonville Jaguars have now I'm not going to say that they couldn't screw it up because God knows they screwed up the Doyle situation. But I do see them having a lot of money available via free agency. I see them having a lot of draft picks. And I do think that even Urban Meyer may not be the best judge of character per se. Maybe he didn't do his due diligence on the vetting process per se. But let's not overlook that Urban Meyer was a winning coach at the college level at various programs. And because he is a winning coach, he may not be the make the best judgment calls, but he is a winning coach. Doesn't mean he can't bring that winning sensation from the college level where he was successful at repeatedly to the NFL. I don't personally like Urban Meyer. Okay, as a person, I don't really like Urban Meyer. But for what he can do at the job set, for what he can do with a guy like Trevor Lawrence, the draft picks, the free agency cap room, don't overlook the Jaguars. They made they stumbled out the gate. I get that, but I don't think
they're not a great team.
I don't think he's going to make the same mistake twice.
Jay, they're going to screw it up. I wouldn't get Trevor Lawrence. He won't be able to start. They're not going to get him. They're going to screw it up anyway. And they're not a great team, Jay. No. But no means.
Not now, but I do think they can become a great team. They've certainly got the cap space to do it. They certainly got the picks to do it. They got the number one pick to do it. I do think they can be, but it's going to be a process.
Yeah.
I'll say this, Shaw. Okay, I'll agree with you on this. If Jacksonville does screw it up like you say they're going to screw it up, and hey, they could. Hey, listen, they could. I don't think Urban will, but they could. And if they do screw it up, then Urban Meyer and management is going to go down as the biggest colossal defeat like freaking ever, man. Because with all the cap room you got, with all the draft picks you have, and you control the number one pick, that means you have a plethora of quarterbacks to choose from. If they screw this up, neither one of them are going to be looked at, again, upon reputably as they are right now. And they may not be that reputable to begin with. I don't know. Time will tell. But they have everything they need for a Super Bowl caliber team. They have everything at their disposal between the cap room, the picks. They have everything that they need to be successful. And if they don't do it, then that's going to be the colossal clusterfuck for the century.
Logan, have we got your opinion on this one yet?
Not yet. Let me put my 2 cents in there. So,
all right,
Trevor Lawrence, he's going to Jacksonville. You know why? Because when they had their senior day, they were doing all this work. Urban Meyer was the only coach on the field watching Trevor throw. That wraps it up. Why? He was the only coach out there watching him up close and personal. He knew the shoulder surgery was about to happen the next day. It's a non-thrown shoulder. It's going to be, I think it said, 5 to 6 months, something like that.
I believe it's 4 to 5 months.
4 to 5.
To put him in time for training camp.
Yeah. So he'll be fine. He's young. He's got a nice resume from college. He knows how to work through this stuff. He's won championships. He's a hell of a quarterback. He's going to be ready for the season. Jacksonville's going to pick him. There ain't no way they're not going to go with him. If they don't go with him, I'll be shocked a little bit, just based off the fact that it's just been linked for months on end now. And even so, last week with Meyer on the field watching him, if they don't go with him, that's going to be shocking to me. It really is. But I do think they are going to go with him. There's no doubt in my mind that they're going to pick him as their franchise quarterback. Gardner Minshew is going to have the best haircut for a bench quarterback of all time with that mullet. But Trevor's getting the flow out there as starting quarterback. He's going to be with the Jaguars in 2021. We'll have to see how he does. Like I said, it is the non-throwing shoulder, which is what you'd like to see if you do have to get a shoulder surgery. Because we've seen quarterbacks with, their throwing arms get screwed up from surgeries. I mean, look at, Ben Roethlisberger right now. He's had so many surgeries. He's got a noodle arm. And so Trevor's young. He's got a lot of power in his arm. So hopefully, that left shoulder won't be hurting him too much. But, I mean, we'll have to see. But, yeah, he's going to Jacksonville in my mind, no doubt.
Hey, real quick.
Hold on. Let me say something quick, Jay. Don't be surprised. Like I've been telling everybody, Urban Meyer is Ohio State all through his blood. Don't be surprised if he mess around and get Justin Fields now. Don't be surprised.
Hey, and I don't think that's not a wrong choice either. If he goes Justin Fields route, hey, that's good too, because I like Justin Fields and I think he can be just as effective as Trevor Lawrence. So that's really a moot point, because either way he goes, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, he's going to have a good quarterback. It's what he does from there that's going to determine everything. The quarterback is a good spot, but everything else that he starts to develop, with the cap space, with the other draft picks, that's what's going to solidify Urban Meyer in terms of if he did well or if he did not do well. Because the first pick is not the hard pick; it's all the picks underneath it that is going to determine how well Urban Meyer comes out of this. And I'm going to tell you right now, hey, look, Trevor Lawrence. I want to say one thing about Trevor Lawrence. This is what I like about Trevor Lawrence. Most quarterbacks, when it comes to things like preparedness, look at Trevor Lawrence. He knows he's got a situation with his non-throwing shoulder, which makes him different than Ben Roethlisberger, because Ben Roethlisberger had a noodle arm, but it was his passing arm. This ain't even his passing arm. It's his non-passing arm. So it's a little bit different than Ben Roethlisberger in that respect. But what I like about Trevor Lawrence is his preparedness, the way he prepares himself. And he knows, okay, I want to be ready for the season. Whoever gets me, I want to give them the best product I can give them. And so let me go ahead and get this surgery done now, get my pro day in the books so they can see what I can do. And then I'm going to come out in training camp and I'm going to show you what I got. And that's what makes Trevor Lawrence a difference maker. It's the way he prepares himself. And that, my friend, is one of the traits that you can't just get. The way you prepare yourself and the way you get ready for a game and the way you get ready for a season, that's the X factor in some quarterbacks like the Peyton Mannings and the Tom Brady's and so forth, from the DeMarcus Russells, Achilles Smiths, Ryan Leaf, as the list goes on, of failed quarterbacks. Look at how they prepare themselves for the game. That's the X factor.
That is true. Also, guys, if you guys want to go check out our top quarterback buff, we have a previous video on that. So, quick plug.
Good segue on that, Logan.
All right, Mel, let's go over to basketball.
I want to do this.
All right. LeBron and Kyle Kuzma warned for flopping.
Yeah.
Logan, you want to start us out on that one?
I'm going to give it to Big Shaw. He said he wanted this one. Shaw,
oh, yeah, okay.
Man, LeBron been flopping for years. I don't even know why we even talking about it. LeBron been doing this. This ain't nothing new for LeBron. It goes back, I think he was playing for Miami. I don't know if it was in the finals or a regular season game. Nobody even was by LeBron James. It looked like somebody shot him. And they called the foul on the dude he was way behind LeBron James. So LeBron been doing this, man. This ain't nothing new, man. This is That's crap. He gonna still flop anyway. So this ain't nothing new. You can't suspend LeBron James. You can't take no money out of that man's pocket. You know how much money that man got? This man ain't worried about getting fined or getting suspended. That's LeBron James. He been doing this for years. Ain't nothing new. That's all I got to say about it.
All right, Josh, what do you think?
I'm with Big Sean, man. I always call LeBron soft. I don't know how y'all feel about LeBron, but this man's soft to me.
That's a
Big
cookie.
this dude is, you know what I mean? He's always doing something like this. So Kuzma, I don't know, but as far as it goes for LeBron, man, he
been doing that for
one of
years.
the big. He always complaining about. I know he was complaining about the jerseys when they had short sleeves. He was complaining about that, saying, "Oh, it affected his shot." He was the only one that got a cramp during that game against I forgot who it was against, but he's always complaining about something. So, like I said, he's always soft. So them warning him about flopping, he's a flopper. Man.
Yeah.
But to his point, to LeBron's point, I mean, he got to take advantage of the system. It's not his fault; it's the ref call it. So in that way, I'm not gonna blame him because the ref called it. Like to me, it's obvious when he flops because it's just extra.
Oh
But
yeah.
like I said, I'm not the biggest LeBron fan. He a flopper. He's soft to me, so I don't want to keep on bashing the dude. But yeah, I'm not surprised about that. I don't think he's gonna get suspended because that's who he is. Flopping. They got a whole highlight reel about this boy flopping. So
That's all they do.
We got our boy Frankie Cruz in the comments saying that he loves LeBron. He hates LeBron, but they got him a championship for the Lakers, so he don't care.
hey, I'm with it. I'm a Warrior fan. Hey, KD came to us. I ain't no KD fan, but hey, as long as we win the
real
rings, that's all I
quick,
care
man.
about.
Hey, we got
Ben.
Big Ben up, man.
Not
Appreciate
Ben.
you, Big Ben.
He said LeBron is the king of flopping.
Yeah.
He is. He is.
Let's go.
He is.
All right, Logan, what do you think?
Yeah, this is nothing new. Like you said, Josh, LeBron was basically one of the guys who invented this and took advantage of the referees. And the referees still don't give a damn. They still don't call it. And I know probably about a year or two ago, the NBA said, "Oh yeah, we're going to be hard on these guys who flop. We're going to fine them a lot of money. They might even get suspended." Ain't none of that happening. None of that's happened.
Exactly.
You think $15,000 is a lot for these guys? LeBron makes that in 3 minutes. Nothing. LeBron don't care about this.
Hey, you know what $15,000 is to those guys? It's like my monthly allowance I get from my wife every time I get a paycheck. Big crap. It's a damn allowance.
Mm-hmm.
Even if that, hell, LeBron's TV probably costs $15.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, this ain't nothing for them. I mean, they're going to be getting warned. They're not. They might even give him a slap him on the wrist with a fine, but they don't care.
Right.
Lakers, they don't. LeBron don't care. Kuzma don't care. As long as they're winning games, they don't give a damn if they're fined.
Exactly.
That's all it is. No, they'll keep flopping if they need to, and keep taking advantage of those referees who don't call nothing nowadays, really. So
Let me go on this one, Mel, if you don't mind. Can
All
I
right,
go
yeah.
ahead, Jay? Look, LeBron got a damn $1 billion. $1 billion. He just got the iSchool that he's got for the gifted folk or the less privileged folk, right? So he's already got his first school started. He's getting ready to have another school started. Do you really think he gives a damn about $15,000 or a flop? No. Stephen A came out and said, Stephen A came out and said he does not have a problem with it. Stephen A does not have a problem with it. It's like catch me if you can.
yeah, it is. It really is.
If officials catch you, well, great. He'll take it. But if they don't, well, what do you want me to do about it? Because I'm going to do it each and every time I do. And here's the problem I have with that. Now, I don't know. Josh, I'm not picking on you, but how old are you, Joshua? 36. Oh, shit. You're about 12 years younger than me. Okay. And you look good for your age, Bubba. I thought I was more like you're Hey, I was putting you in your 20s. I had Joshua in his 20s, so you look good for your age. I know Shaw's a little bit more seasoned individual. Now, Shaw's definitely in his 30s. That beard is probably in its 20s. And but Logan up there, he's probably the youngest one of all of us. He's about 21. He just had his first beverage. When I say beverage, I mean his first alcoholic beverage like a week ago. Me and Melanie. Well, Melanie's about 28. I'm 48. So I'm the oldest one out here. But I'm gonna tell you this. Listen, I've been alive since 1972, and I've seen a lot of good basketball in my heyday. My daddy watched sports like it was religion. Basketball, baseball, football. It didn't matter. Boxing. We always had something on the television that related to sports. So I grew up in sports, all sports. And I will tell you this. My problem with the NBA is this. In the last 10 years, that's when that started that flopping mess. They started flopping within the last 10 years. Now, I will say this. The first flopper, and my dad will attest to this, the first flopper was Karl Malone. Karl Malone was the first flopper. And I dare you guys to go watch the early Malone days with the Utah Jazz, and you'll see what I'm talking about. My dad used to be at the screen every day, flopper, Karl Malone. But he was really the only one that truly flopped. Flopping didn't be a thing until the last 10 years.
did a lot too.
Yeah, you're right. But Lottie Divac was about 10 years ago, or maybe 10 to 15 years ago.
Yeah,
so I look at Lottie Divac is still kind of like present day. No, not present day, but probably more day than Karl Malone. And I guess what I should say the mid 80s. So we'll say flopping. I know Lottie Divac was probably more like around the late 90s, even in the early 2000s. Okay. The problem with flopping is this, man. It takes away from the game of basketball. It takes away from the fabric of basketball. It takes away from the fabric of just play the game. Play it like Bill Laimbeer played it from the Detroit Pistons. Play it like Isaiah Thomas did from the Detroit Pistons and the bad boy generation. There's no true bad boys. It's all pretty boys. It's all social media. It's all, let me get the ticky-tack foul because I've mastered the art of the foul better than I mastered the art of playing basketball. And that's the problem I have with today's sport. They have mastered the art of how to get away with things rather than mastering the art of their craft. And basketball is just, I don't have a better word for it. I'm just going to say what it is. It's pussified. There's no true Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Dominique Wilkins, Bill Laimbeer. I mean, there's no Clyde Drexlers. There's no Larry Birds, Kevin McHale, Parrish, and so forth. There's none of that. There's no real soul. Basketball has become commercialized. And these ticky-tack flopping fouls is nothing more than a fabrication of the commercialization that basketball has gone through since the early 2000s, and I blame the millennial generation. I can't help it. We have lost the soul. We have lost the fabric of what sports used to be. Okay, never mind. I'm off my soapbox. I claim my right.
Let him know.
I'm ready to run through a wall after that speech, Jay.
Let him know, Jay.
You got the whole team fired up, Jay. I like it.
Bruh, we miss it. I miss it every day. Let's go.
All right.
What we got next, Mel?
You're muted, Melanie.
She don't even know. She's not fired up to hit the mute.
No worries. You can't hear me. I'm on mute.
There we go.
Dealing with the daughter. Okay. Will Deshaun Watson get traded for Dak Prescott? Josh, you want to start us out on? Oh, you want to do it, Big Sean?
Go ahead, Big Sean.
It ain't gonna take him long.
Did you say you wanted that one?
Who put this up there?
Let me get this trash meter ready over here.
Yeah, we're gonna need it.
Let me step on something right quick.
All right, Mel, let's go, baby. Let's get this topic
I have to get some Jim Beam in my system for this. Now, look. Who in their right mind thought about Deshaun Watson going to Dallas for Dak Prescott? That's disrespectful, first of all. Deshaun Watson is way better than Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is absolutely hot trash. He's not getting paid the money that he want to get paid. He is not Patrick Mahomes. He is not Russell Wilson. He is not that good of a quarterback. I hate Dallas. I will never have anything positive to say about Dallas. I don't like their stadium. I don't like their fan base because they crap and they hot trash. Now, My boy Deshaun Watson, I love Deshaun Watson. He's a superstar. He's 27 years old, right? He's in his prime. That man needs to get out of Houston. He has to win a championship. And guess I said it. He has to win a championship or MVP. This man got to win something. He's just like Matthew Stafford in Detroit. Now, Matthew Stafford waited too long to leave. He was damn near 50 years old. No, you don't do it like that. Now, Watson, he is ready to go. Get that man out of Houston. Put this man on a playoff caliber team. I keep hearing them. Oh, he's gonna go to the Jets. Why go to the Jets for? You ain't going nowhere. You go to the Jets. You're not going nowhere. It's nothing out. But Deshaun Watson, you a fool if you sit down. Oh, I don't want to play. I don't want to play. I'm gonna sit out. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's hurting your trade value. Report your butt to work, and show them people that you the man and you got something to prove. That's what I do. I come out gun slinging. I'm here. I'm gonna show you I'm the man. Be that superstar that you are. Report your butt to work and do your job. Doesn't say in New England. Do your job, and then maybe they might trade you. Do your job, young man. Go to work. Going to Dallas. Who said that? I wonder who put that up. I think
you know who put it up. I'm not afraid to say
that's something they would do because they're a Cowboys fan. Man, they're going to Dallas. What's going on? I'd rather him go to Green Bay for Aaron Rodgers. I'd rather see Aaron Rodgers in Dallas. I'm sorry. Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry.
That's horrible, Sean. No.
I'm sorry, Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Green Bay.
All right, Josh, what do you think?
I'm gonna keep mine simple, but Houston. I'm not surprised if Houston make this trade. It's not like that's the worst trade they've made because with D-Hop, they traded him for the running back in Arizona. That was worse. That was
Johnson.
Exactly. That's more disrespectful than this would be. This will actually. I mean, I'm not a Dak fan, but he's not a bad quarterback. He's one of the top quarterbacks. He's at least a top 10 quarterback.
He ain't my top 10. He trash.
When he's healthy, I think he said he trash. I mean, I used to think that about him. I just think the Dallas is trash. So
no, Dallas is trash.
That's my word, though. Trash is my word. So if you ever come to our show, I'm throwing trash out like it's crazy.
That's right.
Yeah, I wouldn't think this would be the worst trade that they made, and it might benefit them. So
don't go
both sides, they both getting decent quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson is definitely better than Dak, but I wouldn't say just by a lot. So if this happens, I think it's a win-win for both. Do I see it happening? No, I don't see it happening, but it's not a bad trade at all.
You better not happen.
Hey Logan, let's make sure every time Josh says trash, we're gonna combine it with when.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, Jay. We're at 3, and now we're at 7.
already got it.
Hey, I'm already on top of things, big dog.
Hey, I might get you big Sean. If it comes, I got my own segment, man. It's called Trash Plus.
Yeah.
Hey, that might be the spinoff right there, Joshua. That might be the spinoff.
Oh yeah, y'all might come
Logan.
to the show.
How are you feeling about Deshaun Watson and Dak Prescott?
This trade ain't gonna happen. I know Jay put this up here. This ain't gonna happen.
I did.
I know it's not gonna happen. Deshaun Watson's basically begging on his knees to get out of Houston. I don't blame him. He's all by himself. Ain't no one left. J.J. Watt gone. D-Hop traded for an old bag of chips and David Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
They got rid of the head coach Bill O'Brien, who sucked. They got rid of the equipment manager, who everyone loved. He out of there. Deshaun's all by himself. Dak's all alone, basically, in Dallas. Jerry Jones is stingy. They ain't done nothing in a long time. Jay, I hate to say it, but they ain't. Prescott's got that injury, too. I don't see them making this trade just because of that injury. I mean, I know Dak was playing for a contract, a big money contract. He got hurt. Simple as that. They're not going to trade him. Why would you? If Houston does trade for Dak and Dak doesn't come back fully healthy,
that ain't gonna happen.
That's going to go above the Hopkins trade, I think, if they end up doing it, which I don't think they do. But I see Dak. I see Dak with the Cowboys at least for a little bit longer. We'll see. But I don't see this one happening.
All right, Jay, wrap it up for us.
All right, let me throw down some knowledge that most of my cohorts don't really pay attention to, and I'm going to lay down some knowledge for you guys. The first piece of knowledge I'm going to lay down to you is it'd be a very easy jersey swap because they both wear the number 4. But it's a straight up trade, guys. It's a straight up trade. Number one, hold on, just listen to me, man. Listen to me on this. Number one, Dak is a good quarterback. He's not an elite quarterback, but he's a good quarterback. And he wants and Jerry Jones is not going to give him what he wants. If he was going to give him what he wants, he would have gave it by now. It's not going to happen. So Watson wants out of Houston. Okay, he ain't staying there. Both quarterbacks are in a position to be swapped for a straight up swap. It's a straight up no. That Dallas doesn't have to mortgage their future in draft picks. Neither does Houston have to mortgage their draft picks. Not that they have any draft picks to really even mortgage. So they can easily swap the quarterbacks and keep rolling. And both teams will be the better for it because Deshaun Watson will fit in nicely with Amari Cooper, Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb and everything else that they got. Dak will just slide into where Dak slides in. And he'll get his money from Houston because Houston will pay him. Houston will pay him, and he's a good quarterback, and they'll see that, and they'll pay him. So to say that it's a bad trade or y'all don't see this happening is crazy because it absolutely could happen.
No, it's not.
Yes, it could. It absolutely could happen. If Jones can pull it off, he's upgrading at the position because Deshaun Watson is an upgrade from Dak Prescott. Houston still gets a good quarterback in Dak. Neither side has to mortgage their future in picks. What you tell me one reason why it's not a good trade that it makes no sense. Sean, I love you.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. I don't even know why you put that question up there, Jay. It is not going to happen.
Why do you think it wouldn't happen? But why do you think it wouldn't happen? Because I'm going to tell you right now, on paper, it's a great trade. They don't have to mortgage their futures. They don't have to give a ton of draft picks up. They can just simply slide up quarterbacks, and they're good. And Dallas gets the upgrade. And Houston doesn't walk away with the bad future. So why does it not make sense?
It's not going to happen. It don't make sense. The man don't even want to go there. They're not even on his list to go. He got a no trade clause in there, so he ain't going to Dallas.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because he wouldn't give up a no trade clause to go from Houston to Dallas. First of all, he's already given up a no trade clause when he said he wanted to get the hell out of Houston. So how does that factor?
He want to go to New York. This is where he want to go, Jay. He want to go to New York. Play for them bums. That hot trash in New York.
Well, New York is a bunch of bums.
He want to go to Denver. He want to go to Denver. Now everybody cried over. They got a quarterback, Drew Luck. Listen, it doesn't matter. When Deshaun Watson's name pops up, everybody wants Deshaun Watson. He wants to go to Denver. I don't know about San Francisco. I don't think that popped up, but think
about that though. Everybody wants to go to Denver. Denver can give up Locke, but Locke ain't shit. They're gonna have to give up they're gonna have to give draft picks up for it. Do they want to give up draft picks? Do they want to mortgage their future? Dallas and Houston makes sense. Neither one
not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, Jay. Why you even put that question up there, Jay? I told you about
you know
what?
Jay, I'll tell you
all right, guys.
Let's move on.
Let's shift topics a little bit. I think that we should mention our promotion that's coming up in March. Logan, you want to tell us about our jersey giveaway? We're going to be giving away an actual jersey.
Yes, we are. So, starting on our first show in March, whichever viewer likes, comments, shares the most, we're going to be keeping a tally. Whichever one of y'all does that the most, you will win a jersey of your choosing, courtesy of all of us from Unscripted. As a thank you to us getting over 1,000 likes on our Facebook page, we're going to do something nice for y'all starting on our first episode in March. We'll be sure to, appreciate all of you guys who are liking, comment, and sharing. Josh, I don't know if you want to win the jersey, you are more than welcome to participate. Unfortunately, Jay, Shaw, myself, Mel, we cannot win this one, so we got to give this to the fans.
I got
I'm going to say one thing. Listen, hold on. Let me say one thing about this giveaway. I want y'all to understand something. This ain't no bullshit jersey. I'm talking, listen, this is stitched. It's the real deal. It's the actual freaking jersey that you get as if you're a player. It's stitched. Every name, every number is stitched on this thing. All the pads, all the little badging, it's all stitched. This shit is legit. It's freaking legit. I can guarantee you, any sport, any jersey team, the only thing I can't guarantee you is the actual name or number because they only make certain names and certain numbers. But you will get your team, you will get an official jersey, and that's what I'm giving away for likes and shares. And it's a badass shirt. Typically, they run for $150 jerseys. So I'm telling you, man, it's some good stuff.
We are hooking you guys up starting in March. We look forward to all of y'all commenting and liking.
All right, guys, moving on. Anthony Davis aggravates Achilles. Logan, you want to start us on that one?
Yeah, I'll take this one. So Anthony Davis is known to always have at least an injury or two every single season. That's just how it's been his whole career. Usually he's going to be fine by the playoffs. They're going to expect him to be out for a little bit of time, but the Lakers, they'll be fine without him. They got LeBron. They got a good core. They're not going to start tanking. They're not going to go 4 of 20. They're going to be fine. Does it suck? Is it going to be a little bit harder to win some of these games without Anthony Davis at the starting position for them? Yeah, of course. That's one of your stars on that team. But I mean, the Lakers do have a really good core. That's why they got a lot of bench pieces this offseason. They got Montrezl Harrell. They got Dennis Schroeder. They got Marc Gasol as well. So they have guys that are they're going to have Montrezl step up. Who's I think he won the 6th man last year. So he's going to step in as the power forward for them, and he's going to get some starting minutes. So you go from an MVP candidate like Anthony Davis, who's a hell of a ball player, and you're going to have to replace him for a couple of weeks with the 6th man of the year. That's not bad. There's been a lot worse times where a star's gone out and you've had someone replace him. So the Lakers got lucky they got Harrell, who's going to be replacing him for a little time. I mean, it's going to be tough. They're going to lose a few more games without him in the starting rotation, obviously. But I expect Davis to be back, better than ever. He's always bounced back after injuries, and he's been fine. So there's no issue here. I think that this it's not a torn Achilles, so he's not going to be out for the remainder of the season or anything. But he will miss a couple of weeks. But the Lakers will be fine without him for a little bit. They'll be fine.
All right, Josh, what are you thinking about Anthony Davis?
We said actually, no, we had Josh he had to go, unfortunately. So
I didn't see that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yep, there he goes.
Right.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I
We love having you on, Josh.
Sorry, Josh. All right, Shaw, what do you think?
This could have been easily avoided. All they had to do was not rush the anybody's season back. That's how they rushed it back. So I don't feel sorry for Anthony Davis. Matter of fact, I don't feel sorry for none of these fools. They knew this was going to happen. This would happen when you rush the NBA season back. You don't have enough time to hear your body. So, and I'm not a Lakers fan anyway. I don't even like the Lakers. I think they trash too. Hot trash Lakers. But Anthony Harrell. Harrell. He's a great player. He's a very good player. So the Lakers should be fine in Anthony Davis' absence for right now. So I hope Anthony Davis be all right. I hope he make it back in time and see how far they can go without him. But Harrell will be fine, in this spot. That's all I got to say about the Lakers. Because I don't even watch the NBA because it's soft. It's crap.
All right,
Jay. What do you think about Anthony Davis?
Hey, Shaw, who's your basketball team? I thought you were a Lakers guy.
Pistons.
The Pistons? Ooh.
You're a Pistons guy?
Yeah, so is.
Bro, this whole time
Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin. The Lakers need to go get Blake Griffin because he's about to get released. So
there you go, Shaw. That's what I was hinting at. Because I thought you were a Lakers guy, but you're actually Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
We'll get Blake Griffin, Lakers, and I might come on the bandwagon.
So a few things real quick. Before I get into Anthony Davis, I'm going to speak on real quick Blake Griffith. For those of you that don't know, Blake Griffith actually is being vetted out to other teams to see who will take him. And it has been noted possibly that the Lakers may have interest in him. And if the Lakers go out and grab Blake Griffin, I'm just telling you right now, They might as well just form their own all-star team and just call it a day because right now they're buying championships. And again, that's another issue I have with the NBA.
Please,
I love the NBA, but I got lots of issues with it. And the fact right now is I feel like there's so many teams out there that are buying championships rather than developing teams. But that's another story for a whole nother day. And me and Shaw and Logan, that's gonna be a topic down the road that we're going to explore a little deeper because I think it should be talked about for another day. Right now, we're going to go back to Anthony Davis, who aggravates his Achilles. Here's the deal, guys. He has had a calf strain. He has had an Achilles issue, which was classified as tendinosis in the right leg. Look, guys, they need to rest him till the playoffs. Now, you can say, well, Jay, that's an awful long time. Look, let me tell you something. Without Anthony Davis, the Lakers can make the playoffs. That's a given. They'll make the playoffs. The problem with it is if they don't rest Anthony Davis, they're going to lose him. They're going to lose him like the Golden State Warriors and like the actually, it was at the end of the Golden State Warriors into the Brooklyn Nets when they lost Kevin Durant and when they lost to Marcus Cousins, and the list goes on and on and on. Klay Thompson and so forth. If you don't rest Anthony Davis now until the end of the season, where he's at least 90% or better, you're going to lose him. Not only will you lose him, but you're going to lose your championship right along with him. Because let me tell you something, LeBron's 36, and he can't carry the team to the NBA Finals and win it. It ain't going to happen. Your thoughts, your hopes, your dreams for another championship in LA lies and rests on Anthony Davis. And if you bring it back in 2 to 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or even a month, you will lose him. Because that Achilles injury is no joke. And once it snaps, you don't lose him for this season. You lose him for next season too. So you're giving up the championship for this year and the championship for next year. I implore you, I beg you to rest him into the playoffs. Stephen A. even said it. If you don't take my perspective on it, Stephen A. said it, and I agree that the rest for Anthony Davis and the use of Anthony Davis should be limited to the playoffs. Yep. And that's just it. But go ahead and play him if you want. I don't care. I'm not a Lakers fan. But if you play him before the end of the season, you're going to lose him. And he'll be right there with Klay Thompson and Durant and so forth.
Mm-hmm. Their relief don't need to rush him back. They're sitting in the 2 seed nicely. So, I mean, it's not like they're fighting for a playoff spot or something. You know, they're fine. They can go in as a lower seed and they can be fine. So that's all I gotta say about that one. So yeah. Hopefully he can come back. Hopefully he don't rush back. He doesn't need to. So we'll see how it progresses in the coming weeks and months.
All right. Is Luka making a case for MVP? Logan, what do you think?
If Dallas misses the playoffs, no, he ain't gonna be MVP. Is Luka an amazing ball player? One of the best in the league right now? Yeah, of course. He's been doing great. But the Mavericks ain't been doing good at all. They're not even in the playoff position at the moment. They've been struggling. I thought Dallas would be a lot better than they were. They've just been, I don't know what's been going on with them. They just haven't been able to get it going this year. But Luka is a really good player. I've always liked his style of play. He's always been a consistent player. And he's had a lot of good games and a lot of games where he's carried the Mavericks to wins. But is he my MVP this season? Not right now. No, I don't think so. I mean, he's had a really good year, yeah, but the Mavs ain't in the playoffs, and that's one of the big things they look at is if your team's in the playoffs. And right now, the Mavs ain't looking at it. I mean, he's having a really good season, though. He's averaging almost 30 points a game, getting about, 9 assists, almost 8 rebounds. So he's having a good quality season, shooting at 47% from the field also. But I don't think it's his time yet. I do think he still has the potential to get one. He does. He's got all the talent to win MVP. He's still young. What is he, 20, 21? He's got
he's 21. He literally just be able to start drinking.
Yeah, he's going to get one eventually. I fully believe he's going to win MVP one day. but not this year. No, not this year. He's gonna have his name in talks, of course. Like, it's fine to bring his name up once in a while. It's like, yeah, you could consider him, but I don't see him winning it. Not this season. But hey, as long as he keeps playing the way like he is, though, he'll get it one day. Just not this year.
All right, Jay, what do you think?
Here's the deal. It's a lot of politics. It's a lot of politics in sports. Luka, even if the Dallas Mavericks don't make the playoffs, if Luka continues to go down the trend of scoring, assists, and rebounds that he's currently going down, he should be your MVP and nobody else. But we have politics in the game of sports. And because politics are in the game of sports, what Logan is saying is correct. But let's for one brief moment, let's just take the politics out of sports. And let's just look at it is for what it is. The numbers, the play is what it is. And these is what it is are simply this. He's averaging 35 minutes a game at 29 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists. He's shooting 47% beyond or free throw or regular field goal shooting is at 47%. So you're telling me a guy who's averaging almost a triple-double every night isn't your freaking MVP? You're freaking insane. As of January the 8th, he's number 2 right now behind LeBron James in the MVP race. So right now he's currently sitting in the number 2 spot. But I'm pretty sure LeBron's not averaging a triple-double every night. Luka just averaged about 90 points over the last weekend. For the only 2 things, I will give you this, because I am unbiased in certain things, and actually I'm trying to be unbiased as much as I possibly can. And here's where I'm unbiased on. Here's 2 flaws. The flaws that are keeping Luka from taking over the MVP spot currently is his three-point percentage and his turnovers. Right now, he's shooting 22% at the arc, and he's averaging 4.5 turnovers a game.
Yeah, he leads the league at turnovers too. He's averaging
4.5 turnovers a game. Yeah. So that's the reason why I'm saying currently, right now, okay, I get why LeBron is the number 1, and I get why Luka is at number 2. But if Luka can take that 4.5 turnovers and cut it down, and if he can improve upon, which I believe he will, that 3-point percentage, how do you not put him as your MVP? And I get it's politics, but an unpolitical world. In an unpolitical world, how do you not put him as your number 1 guy? That's it.
All right, Shaw, what do you think?
I said this in the beginning of the season. Like I said, I don't watch the NBA as much, but I do keep my eyes on my boy Luka the Don. If he don't win MVP this year, then who gonna win it? Is LeBron gonna win it? But I hope Luka win MVP. But I will say this: I love college basketball over the NBA. I will say this: if y'all don't watch college, basketball, y'all need to watch college basketball because LSU, they got a dangerous basketball team. Arkansas got a dangerous basketball team. Alabama got a dangerous basketball team. Man, y'all better watch some college basketball in the SEC because somebody gonna come out the SEC and they're gonna win the championship. But back to the NBA, Luka, he should win it. But I guess I watch more college basketball more than I do the NBA because the NBA don't win too soft for me. So watch out some college basketball. Frankie C. Sports said he won an MVP. Frankie C. Sports MVP. So he gonna win it.
Mm-hmm. Our boy Frankie getting the MVP this year. Got it. All right, Mel, let's head on to our last topic of the night.
All right. Is Charles Barkley or Zion Williamson more athletic? Jay, you want to start this one off for us?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start off real quick before I start that off. Number one, Frankie C, I love you and thank you for tuning in. And Ben Suttereth, I appreciate you if you're still on board with us right now. Currently, I just want to say one more thing out to Josh Bailey, who had to go. He said he wants to come back. And Josh Bailey, you have an open invite anytime you want to come on this show. We appreciate you and your knowledge of the game of sports and what you do. So, Zion or Sir Charles, who's the most athletic? Well, Barkley has come out and said he feels that Zion is more explosive than he was. But he also says you can't compare him to Barkley because Barkley's in the Hall of Fame and Zion is just starting. So it's unfair to judge who is the better of the two because he has not reached the Hall of Fame level, and I totally agree with Barkley.
That's bull, Jay.
No, I agree with Barkley. I do. I agree with Barkley for a lot of reasons.
Wow.
I agree with I'm going to tell you real quick. My top 3 reasons why Barkley is correct is Barkley played in an era where the ticky-tack fouls weren't thought of. So that means he went up against grown-ass men playing a grown-ass game. And he took the abuse and gave the abuse. And Zion doesn't have to do that. Number one. Number 2 is the round mound of rebound was just that. He averaged more rebounds. Number 3, he's in the Hall of freaking Fame. Zion is just starting his career. You don't know where Zion's going to be in 10 years from now. The man just had a bit. No, hold on. The man just came off an ACL injury. You don't know where he's going to be at. I'm not saying, and I'm giving you more reasons. I'm not saying that Williamson can't overcome Barkley at a later date. I'm just saying that right now, Barkley's a better guy. And I'm going to say a few other things, and then I'm going to give the floor up. I will say this about Zion. Zion is Barkley with Vince Carter hops. I'm going to say it again. Zion is Barkley with Vince Carter hops. That means this guy he's got Dominic Wilkins like hops. This guy can go to the rim. He's explosive. He's power. He's got a quick first step and a quick second step, which allows him to get the rebound most of the time. Not in the Hall of Fame yet, but I will say this. He is an amazing, 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 amazing player. And if he continues to do what he's doing, he will surpass Barkley, and he will surpass a lot of other things. He's got great qualities. He's got a great explosive first step. He can rebound, and he can shoot. And I do think that eventually he's going to rebound Barkley, but I don't want to compare him to Barkley right now, man. Barkley's Hall of Fame. He ain't got to the Hall of Fame yet.
But Jay, you missing the whole question. The question only said is Charles Barkley and who's more athletic, Jay. This is what it says. You could be in the Hall of Fame. It don't matter. Jay, Charles Barkley already know we compare Zion Williamson to him. Barkley is just talking. Barkley already know. Barkley more athletic. Zion is more athletic. But Barkley was a fool. Yes, he was. Barkley was great. But I don't even know why Barkley even in the Hall of Fame. Did he win a ring? No. But Zion Williamson is a fool. Zion Williamson is great. Jay, you must have been watching no game. I don't even watch the NBA. You know how many points this man's scoring, Jay?
Oh, he's averaging about 20 points a game.
Zion Williamson is a monster.
No, he's averaging 20 points a game. I got that.
He young. Yeah, Zion Williamson is more athletic. Charles Barkley was more physical. But you can compare these two, but Hall of Fame has nothing to do with it. I know if I was talking to Charles Barkley, I'd tell him on that. Hall of Fame ain't got nothing to do with it. We talking about athletic. We're not talking about Hall of Fame. We know you in the Hall of Fame, Charles Barkley. You're a great player. But how many rings you got?
No, I agree. And that's what I was saying. I want to point out the fact that Barkley was in the Hall of Fame, and he's not at that level. He's not to the level of Barkley right now, where Barkley was in the Hall of Fame. But hold on. But I agree with what you're saying. Like I said, I do think that Zion, at the age at where he's at, compared to the age where Barkley was back in the day, absolutely. He is Barkley. Zion is Barkley, but with Vince Carter hops. I mean, this guy can jump. He's ferocious. He's powerful, right?
Yeah, but back to what I was saying though, I don't think the Hall of Fame has nothing to do with it, because when Charles Barkley said it, I heard him say it. I kind of went like, man, what the Hall of Fame got to do with it? But we all know Charles Barkley. We will always compare Zion Williamson to you, so we have to get over it. But Zion Williamson is the more athletic. Barkley was more physical. But now we can say that Charles Barkley. How many championships you got?
None.
How many playoff appearances you got under your belt? Huh?
Lots.
How many you got? How many?
I don't know the exact number, but he's been to the playoffs a lot.
How many times he went to the finals, Jay?
Well, he went to the finals no, he hasn't been to the finals. He's not been to the finals yet. He's only made it to the second round.
Barkley can't throw no shade. He can't even say anything. Yeah, you was physical, Charles Barkley, Sir Charles Barkley. I love you. You top 10. But where your rings at? We know you're in the Hall of Fame. We know that. They had nothing to do with your the question that we put up here. Yeah, again, Zion is more athletic. Barkley was more physical. But now,
let me ask you a question. Hey, Sean, let me ask you a question on that, because I know what you're saying. Let me ask you this, and this is what I want you to comment on. So you said that Barkley was physical. Barkley was physical at a time when grown men could be physical. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this point. Right now, Zion's averaging roughly about 20 points a game. If Zion had to compete in the 1980s, which is when Barkley competed in, how do you think Zion would fare in the 1980s, where it was more physical play of style?
Well, I didn't see Barkley play in the 80s. I don't know how to play in the 80s, Jay, because I wasn't watching it. I was just born, so I don't know. I was born 86. Jay.
I got you, but how do you think he would play, though? Do you think?
I don't know, honestly, Jay. I don't know. I can't say he'll be. I don't know. He probably could.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I watched Barkley in the 1980s. I was in my teens, almost in my 20s. I saw Barkley play, and Barkley was a beast, man. And I don't want to take anything away from Barkley. I don't want to minimize what he did for the game of basketball in the style of era that he played in. And I don't know that Zion could average 20 points a game in that style of play.
But Jay, what I just said Barkley was more physical. That's what I said. Barkley is physical. Zion, he's getting there. Zion, that's the baby. He's training. He's gonna get there. He don't gotta be physical. You don't gotta be all that. Just keep doing what he's doing. He going to the Hall of Fame. He gonna be around for a while. He's gonna be around. I say he's going to the Hall of Fame. He's gonna be around for a while.
Yeah, I mean, definitely both these guys are physical freaks of nature in different aspects of the game. Sean, like you said, Barkley was more physical. He'd go and punch someone for a rebound. Mm-hmm. Zion ain't like that.
No, he don't got to.
He's gonna outrun you. He's gonna out hustle you. Barkley did that. He was just more aggressive.
Yeah.
Zion's more athletic. Zion's got better hops. He's got better agility. He's got better first step speed.
Mm-hmm.
So, in terms of athleticism, like we're saying, in terms of when I think of an athlete, I think of who can run better, who can jump better, who's got better verticals, hops, all that kind of stuff. Right now, it's Zion because the guy's a freak in nature. He was compared to LeBron James coming out of college because of how athletic this guy was and how buff he is, which is a rare sight in today's NBA. You don't see guys built like that much anymore. So, in that regard, I think Zion is a little bit more athletic just based off the fact that he's got better intangibles right now. Like I said, the stats, they don't matter right now. Like I said, Barkley, he had a hell of a career. He's got a great nickname with the rebounds and everything. But Zion, in terms of pure athleticism and stuff like that, I got him right now. But, hey, we'll have to see because, like you said, he did have that Achilles injury that might hamper him potentially down the road. He is still very young. I think he's 21. So he's got a lot of time, like you said, Shaw, to grow and to train and to keep even stronger and faster. So we'll have to see how he ends up. But Zion's a freak of nature, man. We haven't seen no one like that really since LeBron more recently in terms of just how freakishly athletic someone is. So he's definitely someone that you want to pay money to go see just to see what he's going to do on the court.
Hey, if I can inject real quick, currently New Orleans is playing Memphis, and right now with 3:45 left to go in the game, New Orleans is up 129-104, and right now Zion Williamson's stats are 28 minutes played, 13 for 16 at the field goal range. That means he's only missed 3 shots. He's 1 for 1 at the 3-point line. He's got 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and the man's got 31 damn points.
He knows we're talking about him. He knows.
I'm just saying, hey, to support what Big Shaw is saying and go further with that, the man is a beast. And I do think he, like Big Shaw has said, and I'm going to reiterate to support what Big Shaw is saying, the man's going to wind up in the Hall of Fame. As long as injuries don't derail him, because let's be honest, the injury bug is still out there, and it can always derail a guy at any moment. Ask Bo Jackson about that and some other athletes. Ask DeMarcus Cousins what an Achilles injury could do to a very promising career. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I hate to see Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, damn it, take the rest of the season off. Let your body heal and come back in the playoffs and win a championship. And I hope you listen to me on that. But as for Zion, I agree with you, Big Shaw. The man's going to be in the Hall of Fame. The man's going to be bigger than life than what Charles Barkley is. And like I said, right now he's got 31 damn points and he's killing it.
He is. We'll have to see how his career goes, but so far it's looking good. Looking real good. All right, Mel, why don't you wrap things up and take us home for tonight?
All right. We want to thank everyone for joining us this evening with our Unscripted Sports podcast. Like I said, we're here on Facebook. We always welcome all of your comments and the interaction with the show. It keeps our show interesting. We love you guys. Find us on YouTube under Unscripted with Big Shaw, Jay McLovin, or Logan Landers, and all the other things they're up to. And also look for us now on iHeartRadio. We're here Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 o'clock Eastern time, and Saturdays at noon Eastern. We are brought to you by BS3 Radio with Spreaker and also Northeast Streaming Sports. You guys have a great night.
You're listening to Unscripted on Northeast Streaming Sports.